And then we got Bob Sharp. Bob Sharp is probably, he's with Deborah, who's been there longer than ever. And Bob, come on up here. Yeah. And he's looking a little bit older. I've been telling him that.
I feel it. Oh, it's certainly a pleasure to be here, and I'm excited like everybody else. But I've got to tell the story of how I got started in this crazy business of television. And Deborah and I went there. She went there to apply for a job one day, and they hired Deborah. And Charles told me, he said, well, we just don't have the money right now to hire you. And I went on home. Got home, and on my answering service, he'd called me back, and he said, well, come on back over here. We can talk about it. And that started the whole process. And back then, we didn't do live television. Everything was recorded. We did it pre-recorded. We did our news pre-recorded. We didn't do live television. I'll never will forget it. I was sitting there one day, and back then you had the control room. It was all in one room. It was stacked up in about 3-tier high, all this electronic equipment stuff. Charles was trying to put the news together. So I'm sitting next to the table. I just kind of sit on it, lean my weight on it. The whole thing collapsed. 5 minutes before news time, I thought I was fired. Charles looked at me, and I looked at him. I thought I was going out the door. And within 5 minutes, he had every wire punched back in on the floor. He's sitting on the floor and had that tape going, and he had that news. And Mark, I got you beat. I was the first live person on TV. Charles and I debated in Martinsville, and he put me on there live first, and it scared me to death. But it's great to be here, and we got a good group of people. It is teamwork. You cannot do this job without the efforts of not only the people that are here, the staff, but certainly we depend on the community. And you've got the most important thing, our forefathers, Thomas Jefferson, said that that's why they named it number one, and that is the freedom of speech, and that's what we do. We give the people a voice. So this is also exciting for the communities that we serve and the people throughout, and I'm just glad to be here.
Since we're talking about getting pictures and so forth, the Bob Sharp of Danville, Leonard Harville. Right. Yeah. Now, I'm gonna ask Bob right here on the spot. Who do you think's best to get the news story when it happens? Okay. Okay. There you go. All right, come on, Leonard.
Well, I'm sort of in a difficult business, you know. I don't like to get in front of the camera very much. Most of the time, I'm on the other side of the camera, but I do speak. I was the kid in school that didn't want to give the book report, didn't want to talk in front of the class. But, you know, I love my community. I love working with Star News. I'm going to be like Bob, but the way I got started, they had a tornado come through the Danville area, and I started submitting pictures to the station. And I got praises from the people from the community because there was a shortfall in the Danville, Pennsylvania County area. The radio and the newspaper, a lot of times things would happen, and you'd hear the fire truck go by or hear the ambulance go by, and you'd never know it. But that's the blessing with Star News. Most of the time, if it's a major article that happens in our area, we cover it. And this is a family. I mean, thank you, Azal, thank you, Charles, for the opportunity to be part of the organization. And it's like a fine oiled machine. Everybody has their own little emphasis with the station. I'll turn in some rough video, and then when I watch the show in the evening, it turns out being you know, you can't even ask for a better show on the network. So, you know, thank you for the community. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Lynn. Then we've got Jonathan Herring. He doesn't like to come up and speak, but if he'll just say, can you nod with the camera? There you go. Jonathan Herring. Jonathan does he does a good job giving us those pictures, and about, I'd say 40% of the pictures you see on Star News, especially the long extended shows, Jonathan has been behind them. So thank you, Jonathan. And then, of course, is anybody here that I have not mentioned? The Hollywood Cinema Group. That's a good point. The Hollywood Cinema Group here, which is a sister company of ours, they answer a lot of our calls, and they have to deal with a lot of the viewers that might be a little irate sometimes. They help us as well. So let's give the Hollywood Cinema folks a good thank you too. I want to thank the engineering group here that helped us put this together. Steve Raymer is back there hiding. If you can, Jonathan, go ahead and you know, this is Star News. We need at least, since he's going to go back there and hide, we're going to get him on camera anyway. Steve Raymer has been with us since the beginning. He changed this out to Channel 39, and he helped guide us to our transmitter today. Let's give Steve a hand. Then we have Gill Couch and Associates, another local firm here that's really been helpful with the encoding and getting all this lined up. Let's give Gill Couch a hand. And one of the things, this really is an exciting year, and I want to say thank you to all the employees for what we've been able to accomplish during tough economic times. I think it's important, if you look at our books, our numbers are up this year. And I think that says a lot. I mean, if you look at, for media folks on both sides of us, in the newspaper and even in television, they're downsizing, they're doing all kind of things. Our numbers are up. So let's give ourselves a hand. And we have at least 6 more digital announcements this year. And I'm not going to tell you all exactly what they are. The next one will be in Martinsville and some in Danville. We've got more digital announcements coming. So stay tuned. Thank y'all. Now we're going to come up and do the ribbon cutting.
Charles, I'm going to run to Danville for a meeting.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
man.
much
Thank
for
you, man.
inviting me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just check. Okay. I have one on this side, one on this side. And where's the actual ribbon girl? Y'all have that?
Y'all-
Is this
Let's get the whole crew back here.
here? Okay, thank
Everybody.
you.
Then after this, we're going to show you all a quick tour of how it works in there.
All right, what we're gonna do.
We need to stand out beside it or in front of it, Charles?
I want to make sure we have that in the middle of it. And then we want the mayor
So
to
we'll
cut.
go
You
up
won't see
high.
me like this.
You look great. Okay, do you
Bob,
want me to say
Mark?
anything from the Chamber of Commerce? You say no,
Huh?
that's all right.
What's that
No,
now?
yes, yes.
Yeah, we want you to
yes.
say. We-
Where do you want me?
We'll
love
hold
it.
this while you come around.
Get behind the podium.
You can come around
All
here,
right, you
honey.
guys have to hold this
Okay.
really tight because the mayor cannot cut this.
Where's the mayor? Here, come up right here. This will be great. You come right here, Mayor. Right there. Hold it here. All right, Denise, come right here, huh?
Okay, I am definitely an off-camera person. I'm Denise Brady with the Reidsville Chamber of Commerce.
Let's give Denise a hand. Oh, yeah.
All right, Denise.
Representing Beth Simmons, who couldn't be here today. She's our executive director, and Johnette Scales, who's manning the office. But we are so excited and thrilled about this opportunity for Reidsville. We're glad you guys met your deadline, June 12th, to start doing your digital broadcast. And with this really large, tall tower behind us, I'm told that you can reach 5 other counties. This is great, a great opportunity for WGSR 47.1. As well as, and as well as our local merchants who do advertise with them. So we're excited about the increased number of people who are going to be visiting downtown Reidsville due to this large tower and the digital broadcast, and we're excited to be here. Now we're going to turn it over to our mayor.
Thank you very much, and as I said earlier, it is an exciting day both for Reidsville and WGSR Channel 47.1.
There you go.
Okay, I got to get used to that.
You mean those little